All right, welcome into Market Day Report. I'm Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for tuning us in. Now let's take a look and see if we still have that green on the screen. It's been a much better day. You can tell by my smile and the pep in the step. But we've had much better price. Yeah, this is settling back in. We're still higher on the day in corn. Folks getting excited. Yesterday we had, I don't know, it was up about 7 or 8 cents, I think, if I remember correctly. It felt like it was limit up, right? It's been that tough lately. March is up 1.25 cents to 408.25. That was 390 something last time we checked about two days ago. So March is right now 408.25, up 1.25 cents. That's not bad. New crop D's, that's got a 460 handle on it, right? And we're up 3 cents, and we're 2.5 cents off the high. So the ranges haven't been that big, but we're up between a penny and 3 cents across the board when we talk about corn. How about soybeans? Well, let's see what this is doing. It's gone lower. Can't keep a bid. 11.31 is last in March. Beans down 4.75 cents. Boy, oh boy. If you go out to July, that's down 1.75 cents to 11.53.5, and that's a tick off the low of the day. And we've almost got a 20-cent range. We got about an 18-cent range. So, geez, that's not too good. That's trading heavy. How about the wheat in Chicago? What's happening there? Well, we're higher, but we've given back some of the gains we've had. We're at 5.85 that's off 6 cents from the highs in March. It's up 8.5 cents. You go all the way out to the D, that's up 7.25 cents. We got a 6 in front of it, folks. 606.25 is last, but we are 5.5 cents off the high of the day. Let's move from wheat in Chicago to the wheat in Kansas City. That March contract's up double digits, 11 cents higher. 5.94 is last, 2.5 cents from the high of the day. But if you go out to the D, that's up 8.25 cents, and we have a 6 in front of that one, 601.75. And again, that's about what, 4.5 cents off the highs, and well off the lows by 8.75 cents. There you go. That's hard red in Kansas City. Let's move on to the spring wheat in Minneapolis and see what that's got for us. March, he's up. That's up 6 cents in the spring wheat in Minneapolis. 6.54 is last there, and that's about what, 6.5 cents off the highs of the day. But it's right in the middle of the range. We're about 7 cents from the lows. How about that? We've got a D's contract 11.25 cents higher to 6.91.5. And then finally, let's take a look at cotton. Higher on the day. Oh, look at this. It looks like that's limit up. I think our next guest will tell us that it is, but I'm pretty sure it is. May is up 400 points to 98.80. They got a hold of it and want to take it up over that 100 level. We're up 400 points too in the July to 97.68. Let's bring in our next guest analyst, Tommy Grisafi. I think that's limit up in cotton, Tommy, isn't it?
400 should do it. Yes, sir. That is nice to see. Cotton's going to get above 100. Not all commodities are in a bear market. Have you looked at cocoa? Have you seen? Yes, have your other guest or analysts talked about cocoa?
We did a segment on the Cow Guy Close on it. Yeah.
About the price of a chocolate bar going up. Yeah. There's some things moving, but a little disappointing in the price action today. I do have live quotes in front of me, and as I look at this board, beans were up like 12 or 13 earlier. Now they're down 2 or 3. That's real selling, Scott. That's not fake pretend stuff. I will say this, farmers, the reason corn's move felt so dramatic yesterday was we made new contract lows, zipped out of it, and then probably closed. We had a really positive update. We went from down, I don't know what it's called technically, can't think straight, but we went from down 5 to up 9, and it did feel like limit up when you're a $4 item. The outside markets are flying around. Wheat's doing better, but boy, these markets, I thought they were getting away from us because the phones lit up this morning, and every farmer in the world who was really long grain felt like they were missing the next big thing. Real quick reminder, heads up for everyone, what you noticed happen on Friday, that car wreck was the March options expiring, and then first notice day happening here in all the March futures and options. That exact same deferred pricing, basis contract mess, expect something like that to happen when the May futures go off, and then expect it in July. So it's the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of the month before, and then the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. So around June 22nd. And it's going to keep happening. So as long as farmers bring grain to the elevator and think it's going to rally and then it doesn't, that will happen. We could be exploding at that time, but the math and the weight has heavy pressure coming in during that time. And I think you understand that, Scotty. I know you do, but I don't know if I'm doing a good job of explaining it. I'll let you add a little color to it.
No, I mean that's no, you're right, and everybody's. I think it's good to explain that. We've had some other guys come on and explain it too. That's something that agmarket.net talks about a lot as well, and that's a good machination of the market that the folks out there need to know about. But We did get a little bit out over our skis as far as the negativity goes. That doesn't mean it can't come back, and it can't come back quickly. I just was going to ask you this before we go away. Are you having some of your producers reward this rally with some sales?
This little baby rally?
Yeah.
No, they're not too interested. But they did protect. Instead of rewarding it with sales, they're protecting. It rallied enough to protect a little D's 24. D's 24 popped enough for them to say, I got to set a floor.
All right. We're going to go away. Don't move. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to go back and talk more with Tommy Grisafi. He's with Advanced Trading. He's in Valparaiso, Indiana. We're going to be right back after this. All right, welcome back into a market day report. Let's talk about some livestock, right? You can't wear this jacket all day and not talk about them. Let's bring in live cattle and see what that's got in store for us. Steady a little bit easier, maybe adding a little bit to the losses, I guess. I don't know. April's down 52 cents to 187.57, 27 cents off of the low, but we haven't really had that big of a range. If you go out to the October, that's down 52 cents to 185.95. That's October live cattle. Okay, let's see feeders. What's going on there? Feeder cattle. This is added to its losses, I suppose. We can say March is off 77 cents to 252.27. Let's go out to the May. That's got a $1.12 loss out there. 260.50's last 50 cents from the low of the day out there. September's off 67 cents. 269.87 is last there. All right, how about lean hogs? Let's take a look at what they've got for us, and that's a little bit of a downer board. About 50 cents lower. We'll go right to the April. That's 20 cents lower to 86.07, and a July board that's off 20 cents to 100. About 35. Let's bring back in Tommy Grisafi. Tommy, you got about 45 seconds. Anything jump off the pages when we talk about those livestock prices?
Yeah, meats have rallied enough that they're worth rallying those prices. We're at Advanced Trading. We have two brokers who sell LRP insurance. That's not an advertisement, just saying that there's also people doing that. So the livestock producer has some choices, and these levels deserve rewarding. I also feel that the stock market, that if we didn't have that NVIDIA blowing off, that maybe the stock market's not as great as you think. And I know you talk about that every day, but I guess what I want to say in the last 12, 15 seconds is beefs went high enough that there's a certain group of people who can't afford it. They may be able to afford hamburger, but any cut above that's going to be a problem. Back to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's funny. I mentioned earlier on Fox, but I think this market's being held up by Taylor Swift and NVIDIA, and then we also have to worry about a bad retail sales number. A little while ago, I'm not a big retail sales fan, but I'd rather know retail profits. But that was the first time we got an inkling that maybe the consumer's starting to stumble a little bit, and that could be a problem with the meat. So I'm glad you brought that up.
At least you don't have to worry about bad hair, buddy.
That's right. I don't have any. All right. Thanks, Tommy. Tommy Grisafi. He's with Advanced Trading in Valparaiso, Indiana. Bring it back to Suzanne.